Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Monday morning, and it seemed like the weekend flew right past us. And as it seemed like most of the time they do. Of course, today is June the 3rd, and I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great time of hopefully being with your family, maybe some friends, or whatever the case may be. I hope you had a great weekend, and hope that you were able to worship at the place of your choice yesterday. And I know we had a great worship service. And it was good to be in the house of the Lord. And anyway, hope the hope this morning finds you feeling well. Hope that you're well rested and now ready to tackle the opportunities that God has given us here on this Monday morning. This morning, I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Things Yet to Come." Matthew chapter 17, verse 1. It says this: 6 days later, Jesus took Peter and the two brothers, James and John, and led them up a high mountain to be alone. Jesus, he felt that it was time for Peter, James, and John to experience a glimpse of his glory, a moment when, they would see him for who he really is. And it all happened in what, we call the transfiguration. The Lord was, he was about to give them a sneak preview of what was yet to come. And what was yet to come? Well, Jesus returned to the earth. Now, it's sort of like, when, we go to the movies, and we see the coming attractions. Have you ever noticed that the best bits of the film are often in the trailer, that 3 or 4 minute trailer that they show? And then when, you go and you see the movie, you end up liking the 2 minute, sometimes it's 2 minute trailer better than the entire film. Now, the Transfiguration was a sneak preview, if you will, a glimpse of things still in the future. And Jesus, second coming, well, it's going to be off the charts. It's going to be unbelievable. Now, we might wonder, why Jesus singled out, Peter, James, and John for this special moment. I mean, it wasn't the only time we read of Jesus, doing this. Now, was it because they were more spiritual than the others, and he was rewarding them for their godliness? That might be the reason. But it also could be that Jesus, he was preparing them for what was ahead. Each of these three apostles, they had a unique encounter with death. I mean, 2 were martyred, and 1 survived an attempt on his life. James, he was the first apostle whom King Herod, put to death. Simon Peter was next on Herod's list, but God spared him. Now, ultimately, Peter, he was martyred for the faith, dying by crucifixion. And church tradition indicates that Peter, he asked to be crucified upside down because he didn't feel worthy to die in the same manner as his Lord, did. John, under the orders of the Roman Emperor Domitian, he was put into a pot of boiling oil, but for some reason John didn't die. And as a result, they banished him to the island of Patmos, where they never thought that they would hear from him again. But on that island, you remember, Jesus, he gave John the book of Revelation, which means the unveiling. You see, John essentially caught a glimpse of the future, and he saw things yet to come. And on the island of Patmos, Jesus, he came to John and he said in Revelation chapter 1, verses 17 and 18, "Don't be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I died, but look, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and the grave." Jesus was basically saying, John, don't fear death. I will be with you. Whether it comes sooner or later, you don't have to be afraid. Sometimes there are trying circumstances, in our lives or unique situations, that sometimes it just don't make sense to us. And we wonder why God, why is he letting us go through them? And yet what he's doing, he's preparing us for what is ahead. See, everything we go through, in life is preparation for what's to follow. And so God always he will give us what we need, when we need it, not before and never after. God is always going to provide for us, what we need. And so we can have peace in knowing that, in this day and age we live in, that God, he's preparing us for something ahead that we don't know about right now. And so anyway, hope that encourages you here on this Monday morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.